Peace, y'all. Kimmy the Moorish Candace here, back with another video. I told you guys that I would do a video on runes. And what made me decide to do a video on runes is the fact that I was asked about runes. And as much magic as I do practice, runes was just not one on the list, not because it wasn't something that I didn't like or anything like that. It was just something that I had yet to obtain. And coming into sorcery, you have to understand that you're always a student. I totally don't really believe in master this and master that, to that extent of ego or anything like that. And, some things that I find in magic, I like and I pretty much stick with. I don't have to be elaborate, I just do what comes comfortable for me per se. However, I was asked on my YouTube channel with the show that I did with Terrain, she was asking about runes or, did we have any information on it? And at the time, neither him or I were practicing or using any form of divination working with the runes. Most of my energy that I get is like psychic energy. As far as reading people, I can either do cards or I usually just use my, intuition to channel people's energy, things of that nature. But runes are very interesting, and I'm glad that she did make mention about it. If it's something that I don't know, I'm not going to pretend to know everything. So I did, in fact, do some studying, did some research. I found out that there are different forms of runes in the sense that, one that I seen, it was Gothic. Another one I seen at least 7 kinds of 7 different styles of rune divination, and one of the ones I that just attracted my energy was the Elder Futhark. And the reason why is because I like old, I like ancient. When it comes to magic, I like old, I like ancient, because when you're dealing with old, ancient things, it's more powerful. It's the strongest because it's the oldest. So when you're dealing with divinations, you're actually, especially when you're using tools like a pendulum, tarot cards, or even runes for that matter, or even candles, you're putting your intentions into the tools that you're working with. So, like I said, I went and purchased me some runes, and you definitely want to keep them in like a bag like this, out of the sight of others. You don't want to give other people. It's just like even with a regular crystal, you don't want to have any and everybody touching your stuff, not to be, rude or nasty with people, but it has your energy on it. So you want to keep your energy on it, especially if you're using divination for yourself. Make it spiritual, make it sacred unto you. You get what I'm saying? So, these particular runes, runes initially started out as little circles of wood, and they were cut out and used in, like the Germanic tribes or the Nordic tribes of that time. And it's actually, obviously still used in today's society for self-divination. Some people give other people readings on them. I pretty much trust my own readings, so I like to do divination on myself. Now, with these runes, the most interesting thing about them is that it's not that when you read they're etched in stone, but it definitely gives you a leeway to make decisions, knowing what could possibly happen. With any form of divination, whether you're getting a psychic reading, whether you're getting a tarot reading, none of those things are etched in stone. It's just giving you a scenario of how you can move properly. If you know about it ahead of time, you can avoid it. So Also, I learned with these runes that they have a yin and a yang, or a duality meaning to them. And what they consider the duality meaning of these particular runes are, it's called the mark staff. And the mark staff is like the negative outcome um, of what could happen, or you have the basic meaning, which is the positive outcome, or um, things of that nature. Like, but if you have a symbol like this one, I'm not sure if you can see it, like this one right here, you can't really reverse it, or this one right here. Let's see if you can see that. You can't really reverse these type of symbols. This one right here is another good one, if I could show it. You can't reverse those type of symbols. However, they would be considered something that would lie in opposition, or something to that nature. Yeah, they would basically lie into opposition. So, it would still give you the opposition meaning, or the opposing energy to that particular symbol. Another good thing that you could use these for, especially if you use them as crystals, even if you did have like the wood, they make good talismans, for attracting love, money, wealth, protection. Definitely if you're trying to attract a mate, and one thing when you're working with these symbols, you want to understand that when you're putting your intentions into it, when you're putting your energy in it, and you're charging it and giving it all, you're basically lining your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. So when you toss the rune, with, well, first you would ask a question, you know, um, or may have an ideal of something that you want to see how it's going to go, like you want a job interview, or you want to know if this person is right for you in your life. It'll definitely give you the answer on that, you know so definitely have your, for some people you just ask the question and toss it, but for some people they want to have a set of answers, a set of questions that they may want to ask, so you just toss them, and it'll pretty much take you there, for you to be able to open up and use your intuition. Therefore, giving you the opportunity for you to think for yourself and not having somebody to think for you. Because I know a lot of people who get readings, they live their life by their readings. They're not thinking for themselves and getting that reading, and that's why certain things don't turn out right for them. Uh, Make it fun, make it interesting, make it your own, definitely learn to use them for yourself. A lot of people who do use these, they use them to uh make money, turn it into a business or whatnot. But you definitely want to carefully think about your question that you may have, or think about an issue that's going on in your life, and um, find out how to balance things out. We're basically using certain energies to balance. And I think that's why they have like a yin and a yang type of concept to them. Like, for an example, if I was to go into, what's that? Is that Burkano? Burkano is this one right here. Okay. And the breakdown for Burkano is the birth, or it deals with general fertility, both mental and physical, personal growth, liberation, generative power, or the light of spring, renewal, promise of new beginnings, new growth, arousal of desire, a love affair, or a new birth, or things like that. It also deals with the prospering of an enterprise or a venture. And, like I said, some of them have duality meanings, but the reverse meaning for this one would be family problems or domestic troubles, anxiety about someone that's really close to you. So you may have certain issues like that in your life, and you can say, well, now I know what's to take place or what's the possibility of something. It gives you time to think to yourself and meditate and say, well, how can I change this around? Like the Fuhu symbol, which is one of the ones I like because it also can be a talisman to attract wealth. And you see it. This one. This one deals in wealth, prosperity, success, things of that nature. But you can also, the flip side of that one could be loss of something that you work really hard to get or put a lot of effort into. So if you're a gambler, you might get that card. You might get that in your divination. If you're dealing with family issues, you might get the Burkano symbol, But these definitely speak to your subconscious mind. So you definitely have to dig deep, or probably not even that deep, to figure out what's going on in your life and how you could further fix the problem. How can you make better moves? It kind of helps you with sin for the most part, because sin means the failure to exercise proper judgment. And moving in this type of life, you want to know how you are supposed to move. Everything is not going to be peaches and cream. That defeats the purpose of coming here to learn certain lessons. So you definitely want to at least move a little smoother in your life, or avoid some pitfalls that you may have coming your way. When you're dealing with, when I did the study on this as well, it gave meanings to it to the point of, you could tell it's ancient by the meanings. Like for Fuhu, it means domestic, kettle, or wealth. So it definitely means you could be working with some form of property. And then they had Uruz, which means wild ox. So when I looked at that one, it dealt with a lot of strength and things of that nature. And I think they broke it down like that, so you'll automatically understanding the meaning without having to read it. Practice makes perfect. So the more you do the divination on yourself, the more it's easy to just throw the stone and you automatically recognize what the symbol is, what it means, and how to move. So definitely glad the sister made mention to that. Glad that I got into the study, of runes and their form of magic that they carry. To me, they're like sigils, very powerful energy. Definitely. Once I learn something of this nature, I make it applicable. There's no sense of learning something if you're not going to apply it to your life to help make better moves in your life. But I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry it took a minute to upload the video. I had some technical problems, but today is Tuesday and tomorrow's Wednesday, and you just got to take things one day at a time, But I definitely enjoyed sharing this information with you guys. Definitely going to touch on some other divination tools coming up really soon. But so far, I really, really like the runes. I really like the different decisions I was able to make in my life. You'll definitely see a change in your life with using these. I would say give yourself like 30 to 40 days and ask simple, basic questions. Don't make it all complicated, things of that nature. Just get a few good answers, in your life, and you'll be good. You don't have to overdo OD on anything. Things will come to you. It's definitely a tool to help you practice utilizing your own intuition. So that's one of the things that I totally, totally love about runes. If you like this video and others, don't forget to, of course, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely check out Terrain and myself every week. We do live stream, usually on Mondays. If we change it up, we usually put a notification in our group. But we definitely are having our royal convention coming up in September, and I'm very excited. It's going to be a royal, mystical, magical affair, and you gotta check it out. A lot of the information that we're going to be demonstrating on at the convention you will not find online, just because we want the guests that are coming out to get the full experience of what it is that we do and how you could take a lot of these lessons and apply them to your life for your own benefit. If you want to purchase a ticket, you can go to 7sagemetaphysics.com. You can also, PayPal 7sagehealing@gmail.com. Let us know if you have any questions. You can contact Terrain or myself, or you can also contact our coordinator, which is Joyce. But I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. We may have some live entertainment as well. I don't even want to give all the secrets away. But I'm itching to go, black and white affair, dress your best. Fine dining. We got a celebrity caterer. Like she cooks for a lot of celebrities, so that's pretty dope. So we're definitely gonna eat good, drink good. We're gonna, get the magic popping how we do, But that's all I have for today. I don't want to tarry too long. If you have any questions, definitely inbox me. And I'm always available. At least I try to be. But until next time, peace and #love is the law.